What is the most unethical thing you can legally buy? Oh good, I too was running out of last minute gift ideas. I got 5 positive pregnancy tests. Throw one at the top of the bathroom trash each time I'm in someone's house. Put one on the bathroom counter at the next party you go to. I would put all 5 so when he's cleaning up he's wondering why his party turned into Planned Parenthood. Nestle products. Oh, Jesus. Okay, you win. I need someone to explain this to me. Nestle has a long history of unethical practices, like giving away powdered formula to villages where they have no access to clean drinking water, and they use dirty water to make the formula thinking it'd be safe, and hundreds, if not thousands of babies died from drinking the formula mixed with dirty water. The women would also stop lactating after using the formula for a while, and so couldn't even breastfeed their kids again once their formula ran out, even if they had clean water to mix it with. Dying babies basically then starved to death because the women couldn't or wouldn't use formula and couldn't lactate. Duckery all around. You can buy life insurance on someone else. There was a guy who would pretty much hang out at motorcycle dealership and propose to people to pay for upgrades or stuff like that if they let him get life insurance on them. Since enough people kill themselves on motorcycle, he became rich. That's actually brilliant. For $50 in Vietnam they let you shoot a rocket launcher at a cow. Those plastic hooks that look exactly like the ones you'd find in the bathroom for towels or bathrobes, except they have a tiny motion activated camera in them that takes several pictures a minute. Found one in my shared hall bathroom at university. Only became suspicious because it would disappear and reappear seemingly at random. That's awful. Where do people buy things like this? I mean, like which website? There's so many. My dad wanted an alarm clock for Christmas. He's ducking weird, I know. So I decided I'd get him a really nice one. After a few minutes on Amazon I found numerous alarm clocks with hidden cameras. Took me a minute to realize what those were for. Is it catching people naked or catching them cheating? Catching them cheating and catching babysitters abusing kids. In theory, a team of billionaires could buy food en masse and just ducking burn it, creating an artificial famine. It's estimated that about 40% of food is wasted in America. We already do that, and we're the billionaires. World hunger is a problem of distribution, not production. If you want to feel better, even if that food wasn't wasted it would never survive shipment to countries experiencing famine. The services of a private detective to spy on someone you're curious about. Or hire 2 private eyes to follow each other. Edit. Yes, they'd figure it out. That's why it's funny. Edit again. I'm not seriously suggesting to hire 2 private eyes to follow each other, but the crazy amount of serious responses to how I should go about trolling private investigators is kind of making me want to do it. Final edit. Obviously the one problem with my master plan is that I should hire 3 private investigators, not 2. Never mind that I'm broke as duck, and I'm pretty sure there aren't any private investigators near me. And if there are, odds are they've already commented here to tell me to hire a 3rd guy, because holy shit there's a lot of those comments. Endangered species. Bluefin tuna, rosewood, etc. 2nd place, species whose cultivation is endangering other species, like palm oil, etc. Shark fin soup is probably about the worst I can think of for this. They take the fins and dump them overboard to starve to death. This actually drowns the shark. They cut off the find, dump them overboard, and the shark sinks to the bottom because it can't swim, and when it stops moving it can't get water through its gills and it drowns. You can also buy all the ingredients for meth legally. It's just illegal to mix them together. Never take cough syrup and mix it up with iodine and lye. Never take the strike pads off a matchbook. Never go to a hardware store and then look near the paint thinners for muriatic acid, or go bring a pot into a rapid boil or get hydrogen peroxide. Never go to a farming store and then buy pH strips and PVC pipes. Those fuel cans that make outdoor grills light, cause that's how you make crystal meth. Geez, how did people even come up with that stuff? I can't even figure out how to make a lasagna without recipe. One of those gigantic dildos? Horrible gag gift. You know they'll try to use it once, see if they can handle it. Might take a few weeks or a year, but it'll happen. Then, what follows is an embarrassing trip to the if it fits, ice it's. Bulldogs. Those poor guys have been inbred to oblivion. Those fake winning scratch-off tickets. Those are seriously the cruelest thing ever. I love nothing more than a good prank, but those aren't even funny, just cruel to whoever receives them. Basically anything on the grey market. Things like rare wood, rare and endangered species of animal, etc. They are not legal or illegal. It's a grey area as to the legality of some means of obtaining these things which are technically illegal. Politicians. There was an article in the German newspaper Die Zeit a few years ago in which the author discovers that his investment in his pension eventually buys cluster bombs. Research chemicals just to pass off as LSD to make more money. You can buy corpses and other shifty stuff on Alibaba. It's basically China's version of Amazon, except you can buy stuff like that. That would be highly illegal pretty much anywhere else. Find me somewhere you can buy a corpse. I searched and there's nothing. I don't believe you. Personally, I would say diamonds. Spice, better known as legal weed. He who controls the spice controls the universe. Well, most of my electronics were most likely made by child slaves, so probably that. Styrofoam. Producing it damages the atmosphere. Disposing of it is nigh impossible. Only way to prevent it from being around forever or being directly consumed by things in nature is to burn it, which might be worse. Not to mention it makes a napalm-like substance when mixed with gasoline. White phosphorus. Anything made with ivory. Cards Against Humanity collected $15 from 150,000 people, bought a Picasso work, and is now asking its backers, should we donate this work to the permanent collection of the Art Institute of Chicago, or should we laser cut it into 150,000 tiny squares and send everyone their own scrap of a real Picasso? I'm not sure if it's unethical really, but it doesn't sit right with me. An interesting social experiment though. For anyone who didn't follow the link, it's worth about $14,100. Not that that necessarily changes anything, but it was only a small part of the $2.25 million that went towards that. They also gave the employees of the game's Chinese manufacturer a week or two of paid vacation, which is neat. I mean, people may think otherwise, but cigarettes. I don't know if it's legal in the US, but I was looking on Chinese sites for anatomy models for drawing, and apparently you can just buy some Tibetan dude's bones online. For less than $500 I think too. You can hire fake girlfriends, all fairly tame stuff, who will post on your FB or sext with you, so your friends think you have a girlfriend. I have hired two, so that one pretends to be my current girlfriend and the other pretends to be my ex who wants to get back together and will say, do anything, particularly being passive aggressive or bitchy to my current girlfriend. The posts between them were hilarious and the reactions of everyone else on my FB was even funnier. I share living expenses with a woman who pretends to be my wife. We even got a marriage license and everything to make it look more real. Those super powerful high beam headlights. Those damn near blind me every time. Positive pregnancy tests. I cannot think of any legitimate use. I used to work at a summer camp with a staff of 70 people, consisting primarily of college students. Naturally, there were lots of hookups during the course of the summer. As a prank, I planted a positive pregnancy test in the female staff bathroom and stayed silent while the rumors and paranoia grew rampant among the staff. It was hilarious. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Short answer, to collect abortion money. Long answer, my neighbor sold positive tests during each of her pregnancies to women who lied about being pregnant in order to collect abortion money. It was pretty brilliant, honestly. Women would stop by her house, hand her $20 and a fresh pregnancy test, and she, in turn, would give them a positive pregnancy test. These women then go to their lover, or whoever, show them the test, and the men would hand the women cash to take care of it, as she put it. So for an investment of $30 to $40, these women would gross about $500 to $1,000 a test depending on how far along she claims to be. Abortion prices are based upon how far into the pregnancy the woman is. To trick men into marriage, of course. And then to scar them emotionally when the woman pretends to have a miscarriage. Why else? Seriously though, there was this social experiment on a show. The host was a famous older man. I guess he has a show that does this kind of thing often. Basically, they had a male and female actor go into a restaurant And while the male was in the restroom, the woman would buy a positive pregnancy test. They wanted to see if people would tell the male. Some people didn't. I'm having a hard time picturing this. They are at a restaurant and someone is walking around selling pregnancy tests to people at the tables. I'm picturing a vendor going around with a box full of them, like the beer guys at a baseball game, yelling, "Piss sticks, get your positive piss sticks here."